Hey, how you doing? This is Adam Post, publisher of College of the Dead, Chromium Man, more than 1,000 independent comics, talking to you about the latest superhero movie getting canceled by David Zaslav's Warner Brothers Discovery. They are now burning Strange Adventures, and we absolutely just found out about this thanks to Kevin Smith, thanks to the direct. Let's go ahead and get into the article. Before we do, be sure to subscribe to the channel, click the bell for notifications so you get all the updates when new videos come out. I'm going to be covering a lot of what goes on with Warner Brothers Discovery. Okay, this is coming from The Direct. Warner Brothers completed its merger with Discovery earlier this year, bringing with it a new regime under CEO David Zaslav. The newly placed CEO is placed to deliver. Now keep in mind, David Zaslav was the CEO of Discovery for many years before he helped engineer the merger with Warner Media. So he is positioned to deliver change across the board, including the end of HBO Max, because he's going to merge HBO Max into Discovery Plus, and a new direction for the DC Universe, leading to the cancellation of many projects as of late. This year alone has seen the cancellation of numerous TV shows from the CW, like The Flash, Batwoman. I know everyone is sad to see that one go. Legends of Tomorrow, Batgirl, Wonder Twins, and Supergirl. HBO Max's Batgirl was recently at the center of the cancellation controversy after Warner Brothers decided to abandon the streaming original movie. We covered that one in this video just a couple days ago. Big uproar. Even though it already was done shooting. It's like, yes, it was done shooting. That's not necessarily a good thing when it comes to Batgirl, because they didn't think it was a very well done movie. Let's put it that way. Not good for the brand of the DC Universe. Now, Warner Brothers Discovery appears to have put an end to another HBO Max original. DC cancels Strange Adventures. It's beautiful artwork, by the way. Which is a thing. It bothers me, like, when they just credit the company and they don't credit the artist. I could do a research and probably ought to, just to let you know who did draw that. But, you know, they could name the artist when they show those images. They ought to. During a recent episode of Hollywood Babble-On YouTube series, Kevin Smith confirmed DC's Strange Adventures anthology series has officially been canceled at HBO Max. The film legend, who was placed to write an episode of the DC series himself, confirmed via Screen Rant, another great website, he recently discovered Strange Adventures is officially dead at HBO Max. Quote, "It feels like what was once to me a promising future of what we were going to see a bunch of DC stuff on HBO Max, more DC stuff than we would see theatrically, including things like Strange Adventures, gone. All of it just effing gone. I got the call the other day from Eric before all of this story broke, and he was just like, Strange Adventures is officially dead. And I was like, what the F, are you serious? And I know, we haven't heard from them for a while, but I guess this goes in parts with the new movies with David Zaslav. But good Lord, God Lord, I thought Strange Adventures being a casualty kind of made sense to me. Nobody necessarily knows these characters. It sounded like an expensive show. You know, and that's the thing, you know, it's fine to do brand new characters, and it's fine to have them be expensive, but it's not fine right now at HBO Warner Brothers Discovery. It's not fine, because they have a tremendous amount of debt. I covered this in a previous video just yesterday, actually. They've got $56 billion in debt at HBO Discovery, Warner Max, you throw it all together, and a total of $89 billion in liabilities. David Zaslav was managing $15 billion in debt prior to this at Discovery Plus and doing a great job. He can handle that number. But $56 billion, that's a big number. So they don't have time to make speculative bets on things that are not going to be sure moneymakers. And that's good if you love the characters at DC, if you love what they control, because they're going to do stuff that they think is very commercial, which means fan service. Keep watching. We'll see what happens. You never know, but that's what I think. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I love your comments. Smith also noted in the episode, again via Screen Rant, that Strange Adventures was headed toward production, indicating it was far along in development. This was always a 1,000,000 to 1 shot. I couldn't believe they even asked me to do it, and it was heading toward production, and I was like, it wasn't like wish fulfillment, it was actually going to happen. This was something they were going to do. This was killed definitely by the new regime. Yeah, because Jason Kilar, who was the head of Hulu, was trying to develop DC series and develop the streaming service. The problem is, when they look at the brands and they decide that the theatrical is more important than the TV, then it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And as you know, with Marvel, they had to make their universe work theatrically, which would then support TV projects. A TV project is not going to support the development of a universe. The universe has to be a going machine and have its own following first. I mean, it seems that way, and that looks like what they're going to do. The Hollywood icon also cast the fate of the Green Lantern series into doubt, as he stated he, quote, hasn't heard anything about the project. I wouldn't be surprised if that was a casualty too. Previous reports indicated plans for the HBO Max original film later this year in California. Quote, I don't know this for a fact, but I also haven't heard anything about the Green Lantern series that they were supposedly doing. I wouldn't be surprised if that was a casualty too. Both Strange Adventures and Green Lantern were originally conceived to be coming to HBO Max from Arrowverse lead Greg Berlanti. The former was a 1-hour drama anthology series featuring superheroes from across the DC canon as they intersect with the lives of ordinary people. This is a great concept. This concept, a variety of DC heroes or any heroes, whatever, that they can show interacting with regular people and just have an anthology so you can kind of rotate who goes in there and who comes out of there. That's great to build the brand, but you need to know and really decide what the brand is going to be first. And then you can have an engine like that has additional characters and relationships, conflicts, story opportunities that come out of it. You can't just do an anthology. They still need to decide and figure out and locate who is going to run the DCU theatrical universe. They're working on that. They don't know. Hopefully it's going to be somebody capable. But if they have that going, they can do so many things off of that and expect that once they do have that going, that's when they'll go get around to fixing the comics to support that. So it doesn't really make sense to make a lot of changes in the comics prior to when they have the theatrical universe head in place, right? They're trying to reboot and create momentum. They need leadership. What will DC's next victim be? Good question. Strange Adventures may have been one to fly under the radar of many, but the loss is still a tragic one. The series marks another loss under Warner Brothers Discovery, CEO David Zaslav's new regime, following the cancellations of Batgirl, Batgirl, Wonder Twins, and Supergirl. The general concept of an anthology series of lesser-known heroes is intriguing, just as I had said. It has a lot of potential, it does. As far as Green Lantern goes, there's nothing official yet. But I also wanted to add in this additional article from my good friend Matt McCloyne, who does a very cool website called Cosmic Book News. He has a lot of cool, niche news. So let's check this out. Kevin Smith doubts Green Lantern, all the DC shows could be canceled on HBO Max. Now, this is from also from yesterday. And Matt says, Kevin Smith has doubts the Green Lantern series will happen on HBO Max or any other show for that matter. Which follows the recent rumor Green Lantern has been canceled. On Saturday, Kevin Smith revealed Warner Brothers Discovery and David Zaslav canceled his Bizarro Superman episode, potentially starring Nicolas Cage, as part of the Strange Adventures series on HBO Max that also is canceled, where Smith said he doubted Green Lantern would get released. They're really going to cancel all of this, aren't they? Let me know what you think in the comments below. I don't know this for a fact, but I also haven't heard anything about the Green Lantern series. Okay, we're just covering this, what they were supposedly doing. If he hasn't heard anything, the first thing you're going to hear is not much. Then you're not going to hear anything. Then you're going to hear something is canceled. Smith also revealed Strange Adventures had a really high budget of $16 to $20 million an episode. I mean, come on. To really think that that's something that they should be throwing money at. They were just throwing money left, right, and center. The CW shows which he worked on was around $3 to $5 million per episode, so it's safe the Green Lantern HBO Max series has or had a budget of around the same or even higher as Strange Adventures, they're not going to spend $20 million an episode to make cheapish looking shows, to basically make DC be a even if it was successful as a TV universe, they don't want it as a TV universe. They want it as a theatrical universe, because then people all over the world are interested in buying the merchandise, going to see the movies, doing other things that provide licensing royalties. It would be malpractice to establish a really good TV universe of DC characters prior to establishing the film universe, and that is what they did. They've really blown their film universe. They've had a couple of successful films, but they don't have a working universe. No one knows what's happening film to film. Warner Brothers, Discovery, and Zaslav only want DC just in the movies. You know, they need, like I was saying, they need to make the film universe work. If the film universe, quote, works, it's worth $10-20 billion on its own. It's just worth a fortune of money, and it can then spin off other things, other TV. It can justify more streaming success by having making of series and making of episodes and all sorts of unique things. Like Mandalorian is helping the Star Wars franchise stay relevant while they aren't putting out movies. So there's a lot you can do, but you've got to get the core thing done right first. Okay, and that's what they're focusing on. Go ahead, let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you think they'll cancel Green Lantern, or what other shows do you think they'll cancel? It's starting to look like they're going to cancel a lot. They'll cancel anything at this point. But let me know what you think. I'd love to know. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Click the bell for notifications. We'll be covering a lot more of what's going on with Warner Brothers Discovery. And I look forward to seeing you soon. If I don't see you, I will miss you.